at the stroke of midnight. On New Year's Eve of the last decade of the 20th century, America's largest city is about to pay for the nastiness of its inhabitants. When that day comes, when the slime starts to rise,
the Titanic just arrived.
When ghosts start arriving by the boatload,
we gotta find the guys.
There's only one thing to do.
Let me out! Let me out!
Sometimes weird things happen. Someone has to deal with it. And who are you gonna call? Let's suck in the guts, guys. We're the Ghostbusters.
The superstars of the supernatural are back to nuke the spooks.
2 in the box.
Ready to go.
We be fast and
They be slow.
Make some time.
Don't put any of those old cheap moves on me.
No.
It's different.
I have all new cheap moves.
Raise your spirits.
If we don't do something by midnight, you will be remembered in history as the man who let New York get sucked down into the 10th level of hell.
And kick some slime.
Looks like a giant Jell-O mold.
I hate Jell-O. Oh, come on. There's always room for Jell-O.
Happy New Year.
Hose 'em.
Ghostbusters 2.
You're short, your belly button sticks out too far, and you're a terrible burden on your poor mother.
Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Sigourney Weaver, Harold Ramis, Rick Moranis, and Ernie Hudson in an Ivan Reitman film. Ghostbusters 2.
We're the best, we're the beautiful, we're the only Ghostbusters. We're back!
Who you gonna call?
Hey YouTubers, Hankster here, and welcome to another classic movie review. And this particular review is, of course, a continuation of our Ghostbusters themed reviews. And that, of course, is none other than the sequel to 1984's Ghostbusters, 1989's Ghostbusters 2. Now, as I said in previous videos, Ghostbusters 2 is celebrating its 25th anniversary this year. So, two big anniversaries for Ghostbusters. The original movie turns 30, and the sequel turns 25. So that's not bad. Do want to make mention that this was one of the basically when this movie came out in 1989, it was one of the big hyped movies of that year. Oddly enough, it came out the biggest box office releases of all time, along with the first Batman movie and Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom and UHF and Earth Girls Are Easy, and just a big slew of movies came out that summer. And luckily, Ghostbusters 2 was one of the more successful ones than others. Basically, the plot, the movie still features the same actors and actresses, including, of course, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson. Sigourney Weaver does finally return as Dana Barrett, even if we never saw her in the animated series. And, of course, Rick Moranis comes back in a more I can't remember. He's basically closer to the Ghostbusters. He becomes basically employed by them as their attorney / accountant by this series as well. And basically, something weird's going on in New York. It seems like a mysterious mood affected slime is being pumped through the underground parts of the city, and is now attracting its attention to, of course, Dana Barrett, who, of course, by this time has had a marriage, a divorce, and a baby named Oscar. And the little baby has caught the attention of not just the slime, but, of course, the cause of the slime, not just the negative attitude by most New Yorkers, but also a nefarious spirit from the past named Vigo, who, of course, he's a despot who killed many people in his lifetime, and wanted to return to conquer the Earth in the form of this new baby. Of course, by the time the baby, would reach, I guess, about 10 years old, it'd be the new century, and he would have a grip on the 21st century. Of course, the Ghostbusters themselves have fallen on hard times. The government of New York had stiffed them on the bill and basically pushed some negative press on them, preventing them from keep continuing on their business of ghost busting. And it wasn't until a major court case came up involving the Ghostbusters trying to help Dana with her problem that the city didn't realize that they still needed the Ghostbusters to save the day. And of course, not just with the ghosts themselves, but also the rise of this mysterious Vigo character and his henchman, the curator of the museum where Vigo's painting is being held, this painting is where the spirit of Vigo resides in at the time. And of course, it's up to the Ghostbusters to save Oscar and Dana from the clutches of this demonic like ghost. Now, of course, I kind of figured, I'm not totally sure if they used, I guess obviously they maybe used more computer technology by this time. They're probably still connected to traditional special effects and everything at this time as well. It really, it really didn't get hit big until the early 90s, a few years later. But all in all, it was still a pretty good movie. It was not as good as the first one, obviously, but of course, it kept the popularity of Ghostbusters going, and for obviously the second series kept on going for a little while longer, taking in elements from the second movie as well, and all, and it was just of course, now being here it is 2014, and everybody's just wondering if there's, it's been speculation for years about a third movie, and there has been reports there is going to be a third movie, but currently the word is it might be a reboot with an all-female cast, which I don't know. D. Hanks will explain why this might not be a very good idea in an upcoming rant in the near future. But Ghostbusters 2 it did well on its own, being one of the big movies one of the biggest movie releases of all time, 1989, and. But of course, as you know, both it and the original movie were re-released on Blu-ray a few weeks ago to celebrate both anniversaries. And I just hope you enjoyed this little review of the second movie. And of course, our next review will be on the second animated series from Ghostbusters. I'm not talking about the Filmation version. This is, of course, from basically the makers. It looks like the same people who did such shows as Eon Flux and the Men in Black animated series that came out around the same time. And of course, is Ghostbusters Extreme that came out in the late 90s, and we're going to be doing that review coming up next. And stay tuned here for more reviews and whatnot here on the Multiverse. See ya.